All right, welcome back, everybody. Hope you're all feeling pretty good. I am not feeling good at all. I know I told you all last time I was trying to fight off a UTI, and I am losing that battle. I finally got into my urologist and infectious disease on Monday, and I have just been staying home chilling this week. So not going to be that intense today, and we're definitely not going to run long. But I've been with a UTI, I'm guarded, my body's tight, I'm spastic, and it's really important to get some movement in when you're struggling with that. I know I don't feel like doing anything, but I need to. So today it's going to be all about trying to limber up and get this body moving that has just been guarded and spazzing out for basically 2 weeks now. So we're going to start stretching forward, being safe. I like to start stretching my lower back. If you guys have seat belts, let's put our seat belts on. Everything that you're doing, make sure that it's applicable for you, that it's safe for you. But let's start this out. So leaning forward, I like to get my elbows between my knees. I can get a good stretch up in my ribs under my armpits, but reaching forward, even doing this is causing spasms in my hands. And I don't know how your guys' bodies respond when you have UTIs. But, at first it's not too bad. Sometimes it's just some occasional sweating and some light AD. But we've got to the point now to where I'm not really sleeping. All right, trying to grab those toes, really stretching those muscles, reaching down. And then when we come up, let's come up slowly and safely. I do struggle with orthostatic hypotension. So, sitting up too quick can make my blood pressure drop, and we don't want to get woozy or lightheaded because of that. But all right, let's grab this left arm, coming across the front. I am so tight all in my upper body. I've been good about staying hydrated. Something that really kind of switched as I got older. When I was younger, when I would get sick, I would have no appetite. But then this happened before my injury. A lot of times when I get kind of down and sick, now my appetite just spikes. And I feel like, my body needs it to fight whatever's going on. So I just go with it. Switch arms here. Let's get that right arm across. Really just been going with the cravings. We had Mexican last night. Hannah came home to join me for lunch today. We had a little Valentine's Cane's lunch, super sweet. All right. Now we're just going to start doing some light twisting, doing what feels good for you. Just trying to stretch it out. More like on the right, bringing that right arm back, and then on the left, bringing that left arm back, trying to be more intentional than just swinging. Giving it all you got there, trying to stretch it out. Let's get our bodies moving. Really try to push that to the end of the range. I'm really driving my right elbow back, reaching forward with my left. Just feeling my muscles engaging, setting my shoulder blades, pulling and pushing and reaching. All right, let's shake that out. All right, let's get some cardio going. Let's start walking in place. Man, just this right here. I feel the fatigue in the back of my shoulders. My body is just worn out. I'll try not to complain too much more.
Why are you so worn out?
I'm struggling with that UTI still.
Oh, my. That's been quite a little while now, Jared.
Yeah, I broke down and went to the doctor on Monday.
Oh, finally.
Yeah. It's I feel like it's one of those things where you're kind of screwed either way. They kind of put the fear of God in me a couple years ago. I had a couple UTIs with oral antibiotics, wouldn't touch them. So I had to go IV antibiotics. And, they were telling me that I was, taking antibiotics way too often. Like, well, you're never curing my UTI. I don't know the solution here. But the doctor got really serious with me. He's like, for you want to live a long time, you gotta find a way to take less antibiotics.
Yeah.
So that was kind of where I was.
Ought to be interesting.
So I really do try to wait till I absolutely need it, and I try to put it off as long as I can. But this was one of those things where there's always multiple things going on. So I'm struggling with the UTI. So we're doing extra washes, and I changed my catheter out, and the new catheter I put in failed while we were in Michigan. So in the middle of the night, my bladder's, it got occluded, stopped working, and then the balloon lost its thing and it just fell out of my bladder. Luckily, we travel with extra supplies, so we were able to get another one in. But the backup catheter I had is this clear catheter that my body really doesn't like very well. And so it was just kind of irritated while it was in there. So used that till I got back from Michigan. Then on Sunday, switched to the other catheter. So now we're, 3 cath changes in 4 days. And with the UTI, my bladder is already extra unhappy. So we got back and we switched it out. Hopefully things are better there, but I went to the urologist and infectious disease yesterday, and they want to wait to treat until the culture grows, of course.
Yeah. So if they know what, yeah.
Which all makes sense, but trying to push it off like I have, I got to the point to where, last night it's Valentine's and Hannah's sleeping in the guest room and I'm sweating all night, and it's just one of those things.
Yeah.
But hopefully you guys are doing okay. We want to keep pushing this just another minute if you can. Keep that cardio going. But yeah, and it's one of those things where sometimes I just get a little sick and tired of being sick and tired, because you've been fighting this for a while and you think you're going to get over the hump, and then it takes a turn the other way. And, it's eventually I just want to sleep. I just want to quit sweating and I want to sleep.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you guys can all relate, at least on some level.
Yes. I was debating whether or not to sleep when it was like 3:18 this afternoon where I'm at. And it's like, I got 12 minutes to make up my mind if I'm going to exercise or sleep.
All right. We got 10 seconds to go of this. And not only is this exercise wearing me down here, but got some AD kicking in from my lovely UTI. So that's why I'm pouring sweat all of a sudden. Let's take a little break and get some water.
Yeah, that sleep's important. Sometimes you can't really sleep at night, and I just say, screw it. I don't care what time it is. I'm taking a nap.
Yeah.
Thank you. My
Just because it affects
lovely
your
assistant,
mood,
Hannah, brought me a towel.
It affects your mood and your ability to handle the pain and the being miserable. If you're tired, you start crying to yourself,
You're absolutely right. It affects your ability to do everything. You can handle some shitty days all right if you've got some rest, but once you get that rest depleted, at least for me, everything starts compounding.
That's why a torture technique is sleep deprivation.
Very effective. All right. Now we're going to go right into some tricep or trunk extension, whichever one you can do. I keep trying to really harp on this because me being able to move in my chair has been so key for my independence, the level of independence that I have. And I would like to gain more, but being strong and being able to move myself is what has really contributed to that. So for me, this exercise looks like this. For you, if you can lift up like this, you can get your hands down around your seat and do like solely your triceps. That would be great.
Like
whatever yes, perfect. Whatever you can do to make the weight on your butt less. That's what we're going for. This version of it, it doesn't make the weight on my butt less, but it's a way for me to engage my triceps And that
Mhm.
will lead to the same thing. My triceps are too weak for me to engage them, just putting them by my hips. But this is a way that my therapist likes me to engage my triceps. And so I wanted you guys to see this is an option for you.
Let me see here. I don't feel that.
I'm
But then
pressing against my legs and trying not to use my core and using my arms, the extension at the elbow to sit me up. And that's how I'm able to get some tricep out of it.
Okay, I see it.
All right. Hopefully you're feeling it. Let's take a little break there.
Oh, I think I
All
like
right.
this. I think I like this one better since I can do it.
Yeah. And it's totally what works for you.
Yeah. I have a
We're
little
just
bit
gonna,
more movement than you.
uh-huh.
In fact, I'm able to walk some with a rollator or a walker.
I've seen on Facebook, you've had some big milestones here recently.
Yes, I
Congratulations.
have. I'm glad you're following it, Jared.
Yeah. Yeah. Congratulations. No, that's great. I love seeing that kind of stuff.
Oh, great. Yeah.
Yeah. So tell everybody else what's been going on.
Oh, well, I've been
Let's go
doing
back into another set while she's telling us.
some water therapy, being able to do planks and push-ups and walk on a treadmill with weights on my feet. And then a goal that I set several months ago was to walk around the circle in my driveway, which is it's about, I'm guessing that it's about 100 yards altogether, all the way around, but it might only be 50. It feels like 100. It's pretty big, but it's a pretty big circle. There's a huge garden in the middle of it. So it's pretty extensive. And I walk down my ramp, which is a 30-foot ramp from my front door, walk down my ramp and then around the circle without a break.
Wow.
Yeah, without a sit break. I mean, I took a standing break, but
Well, of course.
all
right. And let's take a break, everybody here. Get some water if you need it. That's really great. And I like that you're setting goals. That's something that my dad, always thought was very important. And I'm going to get on my phone here and turn the heat off. It's a little, but goal setting is so imperative, short-term and long-term goals. You got to know where you're at and you got to have a goal to get where you want to go. So,
yeah. My next one is to get out to the mailbox.
Gonna get your mail, huh?
Yeah.
That's great.
It's about an acre and a half away.
That's not close.
Yeah.
All right. I hope everybody's feeling nice and loose. We're gonna go into some swims here. So we're gonna try to sustain this for a minute. So whatever pace is comfortable for you to keep this going for 1 minute.
Oh, it's a little hard. I had work done on my shoulder today.
Oh, manual therapy?
No, needles, dry needling.
Oh, dry needling.
Yeah.
I love dry needling. It hurts at the time, but I get, weeks of what massage therapy would take to accomplish in one session.
Yes.
All right, we're a little over halfway. Keep it up. Yeah, they used to have somebody that did dry needling at Fraser, and leading up to my marathon, that was really beneficial. But that person has since left, and I don't know if that's an option at Fraser right now. Downtown anyway. All right, 5 seconds to go.
Look for an acupuncturist then.
All right, and take a break. It was just really nice having one in-house where my therapy was at that charged my insurance, and while I was in the same building.
Yeah, well, I'm paying out of pocket for the needling, but
right.
But it's not that expensive. It's 2 sessions is what I would pay a massage therapist. So
yeah. All right, get your water if you need it. And if you get relief, it's worth it, you know?
Yeah.
So as long as you're not having to skip meals or you're not paying your rent, you know, whatever you
Right.
got to do to feel good.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Or,
all right. And we're going to lean down to the side here. We're going to stretch to the right and then to the left. Be careful that you don't fall out of your chair. Work in a range that's safe for you, and really try to focus on engaging muscles wherever you can to get back up. I know if I want to not use my core and just kind of try to throw my arms around, I can make some of this movement happen. But if I slow it down and try to be much more intentional and really use my core, it's much more difficult, but I'm going to get a lot more out of it. I really try to work our core in here because I know a lot of us have deficits there, and these little core movements lead to so much independence. You know, you don't realize how much it takes to lean over to a counter and pick something up, you know, or you're at a store and you want to get a drink out of a container and you got to lean
right.
over. So all these things, you know, it's not just leaning over doing aerobics. This is hopefully leading to function, you know, helping us feel better and function better out in society. If you need to, you know, you can hook the side, help yourself out. You know, it's whatever you got to do to accomplish. All right, let's take a little break. I'm gonna get some water. All right, let's loosen this whole upper shoulders and breast area. Let's get that opened up. So we're gonna lean back a little bit safely, you know, whatever you can do in your chair, and then stretch your arms out wide, real wide. You know, imagine you're a book. You're just trying to open all the way, or you're flapping your wings and you're trying to get them all the way open. Spread that chest apart. Try to keep your arms straight, and then just bring your hands together behind you. Think about setting those shoulder blades, keeping your shoulders down, moving your arms back. Lift that chin up, head back. All right, then come forward and then go right back into that. We're gonna do this 3 times total. This is number 2. So just really try to open that up. Pinning those shoulder blades back. Like if you're trying to grab a can of Coke with your shoulder blades. All right, then come forward, look down. The posture we're trying to fight, we're going back into that. Now let's roll out of it one last time. Looking up, opening up, pinning those shoulders back and down. We want our neck long. There comes a spasm for me. Oof. All right. Now that we're loose, let's lightly start punching. Punching up high, trying to, if you can see your face in the zoom here, try to hit yourself right on the nose every time. Being very intentional. So in the reflection on Zoom here, just trying to go straight in front of you. Now try to go up above, punching up a little bit. Alternating left, right, trying to keep that center target, you know, but doing whatever you can, you know. the way you do it looks like how you do it. All right, now punching low. If we were playing Punch Out, you'd be going for King Hippo's belly right now.
You must be referencing an online game or something.
Mike Tyson's Punch Out came out on NES when I was a kid, like in the late 80s. And
Oh my,
yes.
don't remember
All right,
that.
back up to your face. All right, and shake it out. Get a drink real quick. Then we're going to go into some reverse punches, trying to throw those elbows. So I'm going to keep arms up a little bit. I'm really going to try to set that back. Really. And a nice smooth movement though. You know, I right now I feel myself being jerky and not doing what I want. So I'm trying to smooth it out. I want to work to the end range, but I want it to be gentle on my body. So I am extending, but the focus of my movement is this elbow coming back. So it looks similar to the punches, but it feels completely different. Feels like I'm trying to walk backwards on my shoulder blades or something. All right, let's take a little 30-second break, shake that out. I don't know about you guys, but I'm lighting my shoulders up. Shoulder blade feels that in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. All right, we're gonna go with much more calm movement this time. I want you to take your hands out to the side, and then you're gonna bring them forward until you start losing balance. And then I want you to fight right in that range, trying to keep up. If I bring them any more together, I lose it. So I gotta find that spot where I can, the distance of my hands together, where I can try to balance it. Now, if this is way too easy for you, you know, you work those hands back and forth, you know, try to get some reps in. I'm going to be balancing right here, trying to get my hands forward right to the point to where I'm fighting the balance. And if you guys can move during this, if you can do that, that's great. I'm just finding that balance point, trying to stay there. Oh, I'm going to take a little 10-second break, and then we're going to go right back into it. Trying to work on stability in our chairs.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so bring that back off your backrest. Get your arms right at that balance point where you can almost lose it and almost keep it, and just try to ride that wave. And I lost it. And we'll take a break. 10 seconds before we get into the last round of this. All right, here we go. Some sitting balance, round 3. And whatever you can do, trying to get my arms a little more forward. I can tell I've really fatigued by the 3rd set here, but I'm still struggling. And, you know, really that's what working out is. It's kind of finding where you struggle, but you don't injure yourself, and hanging out there to get better.
Yeah.
All right. Let's take a 30-second break, get water. We're going to do compound movements next. So we're going to go starting down at our toes, then sitting up, pressing up. But we still got 20 seconds before we start that. Mm. My wife
No.
has been throwing flavoring in my water to try to encourage me to drink more water since I have a UTI. This watermelon flavor is very nice.
Yeah.
God, I want a wife.
Are you eating some sauerkraut and
Some fermented foods, you know, I should be, but I haven't been. Yeah.
you should
She
be.
usually, yeah, my wife has a fridge full of kimchi, so
Well, that's a little challenging, but
oh, I love it. That it adds a great spice to eggs or meat or just about
Yes.
anything. So
Mhm. Well, just 1 tablespoon of sauerkraut a day really helps your gut biome. And I'm sure that feeds down into the bladder and everywhere, you know?
you bet.
So
I do take prebiotics and probiotics, but fermented
Mhm.
foods are the way
there's
to
nothing
go for
like,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
All
you
right.
can, even if you can't get fermented foods, you can get things like Eden's Essentials has like fermented turmeric and fermented
Uh-huh.
fermented beets.
So we're going to start with these compound movements. So let's start down, reaching for your toes. And again, you know, you guys doing this safely for you. If this is easy, you can add weights to it, but you're going to start down at your toes. And then we're coming up and then pressing up, back down. 1. Let's do 15 of these. 2. 3. 4. 5.
I can't get off my face.
Let's grade it down, slow it down to something that's works for you. Instead of counting along, we can do this at our own pace.
Just kidding. I don't have the muscles to come back up.
And then, so find what you can do. If you can stay up and work your arms up and down, if you want to just work the core portion of it, you know, whichever portion is most appealing to you, then let's try to attack that.
To use
Do
my
half
arms.
and half. All right, let's take a little break there. Get a drink of water, and then we're gonna do 3 sets of this one. So we got 2 more to go.
I had a left shoulder replaced and my right one's shot.
Oh wow! So for you, you know, let's try, you know, going one arm, whatever's appropriate for you.
Yeah.
Just don't do anything that hurts. You know, we're
Yeah.
just trying to get moving.
My right, I shouldn't be using it as much because it's just not any good. But my left one, the replacement was a reverse, but it was very much worth it. But
Yeah.
tight.
Whatever your doctor is okay with, you know, make sure you've consulted with your doctor. We don't want anybody getting hurt, but yeah, just whatever feels good.
Yeah.
All right, let's go into another set here.
I think it's again.
And up. I'm feeling activation in my core. My legs are all tingly. My hands get tight, top end of it. All right. Now let's take a break. Was that 2 or 3 of that one? 2. Thank you. All right. Take a little break, then 1 more. For those of you that are local to Louisville, I hope you can make it to the party that we're throwing this Friday. You know, we have the community event that we're having at the Omni Hotel here in Louisville. So we've got Parlor is going to provide pizza. We actually talked to this company that does 360 photo booths, and they're going to mount one on the ceiling so wheelchair users can do a 360 photo booth. We're going to have a quadriplegic DJ. We're going to have a bouquet building station. We're going to have cookie decorating. So it should be a pretty good party for those that are local and can come.
I'm in Richmond. Where's everybody else from?
I'm in Texas.
Okay.
Here we go. Last set. But yeah, that'll be Friday from 4 to 7. Open
My
to
cars are-
anyone.
Bill.
What's
We're
that?
having a similar thing up here in New Hampshire. If anyone wants to come up here in the snow,
It's a
That's
little cold.
awesome. Let's
it's a
hear what
Friday
you guys
too.
got.
isn't it?
Let's hear about it. What do you guys have going on?
Pizza. We're having a magic show. You know, get together. This the usual. We call it like a winter buster because everyone's been holed up.
Right. Yeah, it's that time of year. And is it specifically for the paralysis community or anything?
Yeah, or members of it's called Grand State Independent Living.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, everyone who's involved with that and all of us wheelchair people.
Oh, that's great. Do you know how many people you guys expect to have?
I don't know, probably 30, 40 maybe.
That's great. Let's take a little break. I'm getting some AD once again, of course. Check on that
Yep.
tube.
We really get cabin fever up here this time of the year. It's like ridiculous.
Yeah.
Lose
How long?
Mind.
How long have you guys been doing that?
Oh, on and off for forever. They have get-togethers like that.
Well, my wife and I are brand new to this whole thing, so I wouldn't mind talking to you, messaging you outside of this and getting any pointers you have on hosting these kind of events, because we're very much novices.
Yeah. A suggestion would be United Spinal in Boston.
Yeah.
Hook up with them because they just had a big one, and now they're going to have their gala. They have a
A
get
huge
together.
deal. Yeah, black tie affair.
Well,
Very cool.
that's what they say. Just black tie.
All right, let's get into some punches here. A little more cardio action. I got a little distracted talking about the party there. Sorry, guys. But one thing that my wife and I have found is, when I met my wife, she was my caregiver, and I didn't even know my neighbors. Rob Summers is a guy who was the first person to get an implant, and he lived 2 doors down from me on my floor, and I had no idea who he was or that he lived there. I would go to my research appointments and my therapy appointments at the hospital, and then I would come back to my apartment, and I had no social life whatsoever. And that was something that's, that's not healthy. I wasn't comfortable getting out, and she really got me to be comfortable getting out and doing things again. And we want other people that are in chairs. We see a lot of people that struggle with getting out and getting into the community. And so we want to provide an environment that makes it easy for them to take that first step, so to speak, because we're all in chairs.
Right. Pun intended.
Yes.
I love being able to talk like that. I'm on my toes, or I'll run right over, or
Right.
All right, let's take a little break there and get some water. I'm dealing with some more AD, just coming and going.
My son has to work up in New Hampshire all the time. He's an electrical lineman, and he comes all the way from Kentucky to New Hampshire.
oh yeah, when we have our storms.
Yeah, I was gonna say storm chasing.
Yeah,
we're
that's
like-
what he is.
We're like
Yeah.
80% forested, so when we get the heavy snows down the lines, they come.
And they call
All right.
the country boys.
We can
Yeah.
keep talking, but let's start doing some military press while we're doing it. That is a hard gig, those linemen, those guys.
Yep.
Man, it seems dangerous too.
Remember, we had big ice storm up here, and I was a maple syrup producer at that time. And the guys, they might have been from South Carolina or something, I don't know. But they fixed my house, put the wire back in. I gave them all maple syrup. They're like, "Wow, man!"
Yeah.
They were so psyched. What's your address? We'll get some more. Good old boys.
One of my
from down
dad's
south.
buddies-
They're awesome.
Yeah. one of my dad's buddies was a lineman, and I just thought it was wild. He had a hard hat, but it looked like a cowboy hat, and I just thought it was the craziest thing ever.
I'll have to look for one to get him one of those.
For sure. A lot of us in here today. I love it.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy how the things that stick out to you as a kid, you know, like a hard hat cowboy hat, it just blew my
Yeah.
mind at 8
It's just
years old or whatever. Yeah. All right, let's take a little break. Man, my body responds to exercise much differently when I'm fighting illness.
Mm.
Oh,
You gotta give you
Alright.
credit, man. You got what it takes, that oompha, you know, that oomph.
you know, it's totally selfish. I've found out that I feel better if I just do it. So,
Mm.
you know, let's get some cross punches going.
My line
Aiming
is,
across the
my favorite line is, what am I gonna do? Lay here and feel sorry for myself, or move, you know, do something.
Right.
right.
It's twice as
Like,
bad
there's
if you just
nothing-
lay there and go, oh, for me, you know.
Right. Because then you're just stuck with your thoughts. At least go try to distract yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's what really gets tough at night when you can't sleep, you know. So
Oh yeah.
so if you're stuck with that at night, then let's get up during the day.
Yeah.
Really trying to twist side to side here, cross punches, activate that core. If this is too easy, grab some weights, grab some water bottles. You can fill grocery sacks with stuff. You can use cans of beans, you know. We all have very different ability levels, but we want everybody to be able to get a good workout in.
I need like a chair lock to the floor because I move my chair. It's like one wheel goes up, I'm moving closer and closer to the wall. You know?
I see some of the guys in manual chairs at the gym I go to, they use like 60-pound dumbbells, or they have airplane chocks that they put behind their wheelchair tires.
Aha.
All right, let's take a little break.
I remember.
But yeah, you paras, they really get to moving and grooving. You guys pop that chair all over the place.
Mm.
All right, while we're waiting here, let's open these arms back up.
Yeah. Well,
Try to come.
but I'm still in the manual. As they
Good
said,
for you.
they said I'd get lazy if I got an electric one and I wouldn't build my arm strength up. They're probably
You know,
right. They're probably right.
You know, that is the rhetoric, and you know, people do need to be cognizant of that. But also, you know, they kind of push me to get in a manual chair, and I don't think that's right for me. I think
Yeah.
I am a much more capable person in my power chair. You know, I don't drive. I live downtown, and I can zoom around at 7.5 miles an hour everywhere I want to go. The fact that I can raise up and down, you know, I am
Yeah.
capable to do my own transfers, but it's pretty much lateral. I can't go up very much. And so to be
Yeah.
in a power chair that adjusts up and down, you know, but I do, you know, I am
Yeah.
kind of a gym rat, you know, so I can get away with the power chair because I spend a lot of time at the gym. But we're all different. You got to figure out what balance is right for your life.
Yeah, I just
So-
like to
Oh, I
make,
kind of wish they did, because insurance would have paid for the electric one, which is a lot more expensive than this, you know, than the Tylite chair. I could have afforded that on my own and let insurance buy me.
Mhm.
As it is now, I have just the one chair now. 'Cause I
Right.
can't afford an electric.
So, and that was something that I did my inpatient at Craig Hospital. And that was
Yeah.
something they were very good about, was that they got me my insurance to pay for the power chair, but then they had what they call as the donor cage. And it was
Mhm.
just a bunch of wheelchairs that had been donated, and they
Yeah.
get you fit with a chair that's appropriate for you. And
Mhm.
so my insurance bought my power chair, and then Craig Hospital, you know, they say they donated the chair, but you know, they bill your insurance for everything.
Yeah.
But still, it's a great system that allows the patient to get what they need.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm the prime example of 45 years of paraplegic pushing
Let's
a
take a little
manual
break,
chair,
and we're gonna get back into that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
that both shoulders are shot. I played wheelchair tennis and basketball. Shoulders are in the
Yeah.
are in horrible shape.
Yeah, my
And
left.
that's what,
Got one new one.
yeah, that's what I was very concerned with. That's
Yep.
that's why I don't play wheelchair rugby. Not that there's anything wrong with wheelchair rugby if that's what you want to do. But for me, when I get competitive, and let's get back into this, I'm not very smart when I'm competitive. And
I'm the same way.
yeah, and I know, I mean, I broke my neck because I'm kind of an idiot and I'm very accident prone and just I'm not smart enough for wheelchair rugby. And I feel like I know that about myself. And that's why I hand cycle. You know, that's more, you know, just grooving me in the bike. I feel like there's, as long as I'm safe at how I'm driving, there's way less chance of injury. And I just see myself in wheelchair rugby blowing my shoulders out. All right, let's take a break. Just like a 15 or 20-second one, then we want to get another set of those in. But I do think wheelchair rugby would be a lot of fun. Like I am jealous of the guys that play it. I really don't think that that I would be able to do it without hurting myself. That's the honest truth. All right, last one of these. Really trying to keep those elbows up, 90 degrees, bringing it. There we go. I'm going to alter it like this again, bring them together. It's not very successful.
No. I'd rather do the twisting and turning too.
And that's what, this isn't a real strict, you know, regimen we're following here. We're trying to use the muscles that we need every day, trying to take care of those, and we're trying to get, you know, a workout in together. And we can grade it up individually however we want. We are each in charge of our own workout. It's kind of like, you know, when you get, you know, paralyzed or you have an injury that you're dealing with and you start to realize you have to be the expert. You know, when I go to a doctor, I need to be able to talk on his level and make suggestions, or I'm not going to get the care I need. And, you know, it's kind of like how it is with everything with our injuries or what we're living with. And we need to figure out how to do these safely for ourselves. There we go. Let's put the arms down. Let's get some water. We're going to start a cool down. All right. Just going to swing my arms nice and gently.
I'll swing one.
Yeah. Swing one then the other, or just one, whatever is working for you. I like to see Sam and Sue getting a workout in together on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
That's some couples goals if I've ever seen it. All right, I'm going to recline back just a little bit. My blood pressure is dropping a little bit, and then let's get into some stretching. So I'm going to bring lefty across the front. And that is tight, but it's a different kind of tight than it was at the beginning.
I thought you said me.
I may have. I'm so discombobulated. Oh, let's switch arms. It's one of those with my symptoms last night. Like I feel fine, and then like every 15, 20 minutes, you know, I feel like it's just pressure builds in my bladder. I'm very sensitive right now, and then I break out in sweating and spasms, and then I'm not leaking myself or anything, but then it just kind of goes away, and then 20 minutes happens again. So
yeah.
Usually it just wakes you right up, and then it keeps you up until you're about ready to fall asleep, and then you start nodding off, and then it's again.
It goes, oh no.
Yeah. I started a new show last night. Let's shake that out. I don't know if you guys have seen Let's Go Behind the Head. It's called Push Girls. It's about girls in wheelchairs, and it was on, what did I look that up on? Amazon, maybe? But it was just basically drama trash TV, but it was girls in wheelchairs, so it was more interesting.
Drama trash.
Oh,
But you know, I really do like, you know, my Facebook, my social media, my Instagram, all that stuff. My friends list is filled with other people with disabilities. Anytime anything comes out on TV that has somebody in a wheelchair, even if it's not the genre I like, you know, I'm going to check it out. I really like creating a world that I live in where I'm kind of normal. So
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if it's healthy or not, but it makes me feel good. So I'm going to go with it.
Derek,
Yeah.
tell them about the wall. What's on the wall outside?
The never give up sign.
Hmm?
The never give up sign on the wall.
Yes. Have it come up here.
I don't know if you guys know, but outside of the hospital, there's a never give up sign that you can see if you look out of Fraser Rehab. And that was, we might have talked about it in here before, but my family did that. They painted the letters on the wall there, and it says never give up. But if you look up in the right-hand corner, it says JMN, and those are my initials. And it's, the sign is in red and blue because I'm a Kansas fan. So we did it for the Jayhawks. But my family felt really bad that they had to stay in Kansas and I had to move down here to be a part of this research that they have. So they wanted me to know that they were always with me. You know, my dad wanted me to know that he was there, even if he wasn't there. So he painted a mural on the side of the highway where I could see it, where I was working out. So
Wow.
I got the coolest old man a guy could ever
Yeah, that
ask
is
for.
Super
Yeah.
cool.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, he's really a great guy. Well, hey guys, that's all I have for you today.